Watch how y'all speak. It's unalive.
Yes.
Unalive. We can't say the K. Can't say the K word. Unalive.
Father
Okay.
unalived man found with his 14-year-old daughter in a car. Somebody want to get a
Um,
backstory?
Well, he
you got
found that motherfucker in the car, but here's the thing: the dude that he found with his daughter, I guess she was she was missing again because he had already messed with the daughter,
yes.
and they put him in jail. And he was able to get bond, so he didn't even really. He got a slap on the wrist, and then I don't know about how much time that he got out, but he groomed her probably from the first time he messed with her. I guess
Hmm.
to get to lower her to the car, but however, the guy called the cops or whatever, but he ended up finding them in the car with his daughter, and
Yeah.
that's how somebody got unalived.
There you go.
Basically, but he called the cops along the way, and he is taken to jail. He is I don't he's taken to jail, and I don't think he got a bond or whatever, but I think he was arrested in July. And I think he's still awaiting trial, but they have not put anything on him. They're waiting for the jury to give him his sentence.
Yeah, they need to give him a master class.
I'm trying to tell you, can I go on and finish how I think about the situation?
Go for it.
I just think that for him to go to jail and the other guy to have a slap in the wrist, that's some bullshit. Because first of all, you already raped my daughter. You already fucked her head up. I'm just speaking on his, like, if I was him, you already raped my daughter. You already fucked his head up, and I found out where you was at. First of all, that's temporary insanity because that's your baby. Like, you already snapping out. You already hurt her. But they were saying because they didn't he didn't have like a what do you call that when you keep people away from your order of protection on him. That's why he's locked up. But they're trying, I don't know what they're going to do with him, but he's been locked up away from his family, and I think that he's a hero. And I believe that his daughter could probably heal knowing that somebody would take up for her once she get her mind back together. And I'm done with it.
What you got, soft? Sorry, low sodium. What you got?
So I like the fact that I think it's the police chief or whoever this said they weren't going to pursue or advocate for any charges. Um, the mom called the police, and while she was in communications with police officers, he was trying to track his daughter down, and he just so happened to find this motherfucker in a car. And what they think it was at this point wasn't necessarily even that he was going to do something sexual. Again, like Miss Kiki said, he had already done something sexual with the little girl, but they think he was probably going to try and hurt her because she was, a witness to what he had done. That
Yeah.
shit wasn't resolved. He had got a bond, and
Oh,
I think he was 67 years old,
Yep.
57 or 67.
60,
Yeah,
67.
60s.
67.
Yeah,
67.
67 of them, man. And at 67, I mean, they
14.
should have been doing a lot of digging into this man's past. That wasn't the first time he done some shit like that.
Yeah.
And again, I'm agreeing with the fact that he had got a bond, but this man is still sitting there. It's something wrong with that, man. I think that was a father protecting his daughter, and there should be legal provisions for that, man, because he was gonna hurt that young lady. He had already hurt her in the form of sexual abuse. But I think that he was going to do what he had to do to, try and shut her up. It reminds me of it's. I don't know if you guys remember that case out of it was either Youngstown or Struthers where a guy was molesting a little girl, and he somehow this motherfucker got out. I want to say it was a bond or something like that, and the little girl I want to say was with the grandparents, and he was able to get out, and because she was a witness,
Yeah.
a crime against her, he fucking burnt the house down and killed the girl and the grandparents. I don't know if you guys remember that story, but I mean, you cannot blame fathers for standing in the gap and saving their children, their wives from people who are actively trying to hurt them. The fact that this motherfucker was in the car, it wasn't nothing to say. It
Yeah.
was just let me make sure my daughter is out the way, and I got to take your life now, baby.
And
I
you got to
should,
activate.
yeah. Yeah, I got to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's morphin' time.
they say Spencer has been charged with first degree murder, but they said it's up to the prosecutor. It's their
Right.
preliminary right now, and they say that it's up to the prosecutor whether or not to file charges. So it's pending, but they're gonna charge him with something. They're gonna get him with something.
Yeah, and
Maybe it may not be first degree. He may get knocked down to manslaughter, and he may get some time served, and who knows how this is gonna shake out for him. But I don't think people down in the in the precinct is making letting this dude go without decent food.
Right.
They
Right.
I'm pretty sure they're taking care of him on the low. So
yeah, and I like what Sodium said too, because it was just like basically the dude that's handling the case, he didn't speak bad on. He
oh,
said,
not
I
at all.
pray for all, like everybody that's involved. It wasn't just like trying to put hate on him because he unalived somebody. You feel me? It was just
Right.
like, hey, he probably like, hey, I feel you. You feel
Yeah.
me?
That's all. That was my whole point, Miss Kiki, about him not
Yeah.
Getting shitty meals down there. I'm
Right,
pretty sure
right.
he's getting taken care of on the low. Cat's like, hey man, we went to high school together. I would have did the same damn thing, So you're gonna be good, while you down here. You're gonna have everything but your freedom. So
Yeah, I'll send
you'll
you
be
a
all right.
steak if I can.
Be all right.
For real.
Yeah, I can't imagine how he's being treated in prison, man. And them dudes are probably like
Right.
Yeah.
cleaning the cell. You know?
Every day,
Right.
every day.
Right.
Like, dude, you could do anything you want, but leave this place. You got free range of the place. You need
You
the
got the keys to the
microwave.
yard, homie.
Yeah, just do what you need to do. You all right.
You got the keys to the yard, Wood.
You
Yeah.
ain't gonna hold nobody pocket.
Nobody.
Shot caller, hey Wood, you got the keys to the yard. Like for real, man. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's a violation against humanity, in my opinion. I always say that, in my opinion, children are the most perfect we'll ever be. You understand what I'm saying? After childhood, man,
That's it.
we become
That's it.
who we are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
During childhood, if we come up in a healthy home, we are oblivious to the outside world. Is supposed to be joy and love, and then once we leave the home, you know, we encounter and dibble and dabble in what the rest of life has to offer, and a lot of times it's a lot of pain, man. So children is the best we'll ever be, and some people, they strive to defile that innocence that children have, man. And I give all the props in the world to this father, man. This is how you do it, man. And like Miss Kiki said, this young lady is gonna have some trauma from what she's been through, what she dealt with, but at least she know that daddy took care of that monster, man.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh man, what you got?
I just hope he's got some time away from that turkey so he can grow his feathers back.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I'm like, they probably cut the head off and fed it. They probably like, we're gonna bring you some real chicken off your farm.
Go
Yeah,
ahead, man.
it's
Ready.
like we have stories like this of fathers like this that go out and kill their child abuser. And
Unalive.
then we
Yes, unalive.
unalive. We go back to the previous story. Like, how
Right,
come none of this
unalive.
stuff is happening to the
Uh-huh.
priests?
Payoffs.
Like,
And also
yeah.
that's father so and so. He wouldn't
Yeah.
do that. That brings shame on the family. How dare you accuse father?
They should
That shit,
allegedly nail them to the cross.
More like it's a rite of passage. Like
That
everybody,
too.
I got fucked when I was a
Everybody.
kid.
Yep.
Now it's your turn.
Yep. Make sure
Yeah.
that altar boy
kids
outfit
still
still
have a
fits.
steak in their hand.
Yeah, this is it eerily reminds me of this was what I was talking about, Youngstown, Ohio. This was March 30th, 2015. A 10-year-old girl died in an early morning house fire hours before a man suspected of raping her was scheduled to go on trial Monday, a Northeast Ohio prosecutor said. So I think that this was on the road to being the same thing, but fuck that. Daddy stepped in like, nah,
Yeah.
niet.
Yep. That's it.
I'm gonna shove this naked rooster up your ass
Yeah.
after I kill you.
That's it. Wow. Hey man,
Fill your
get
butt
my
cheeks with
man.
worms.
Next, please. Next,
Let these turkeys loose.
Man, look,
release the Kraken.
you couldn't fuck with none of my kids, man. I do that shit. You ever see that shit where they put it's some medieval shit where they put a motherfucking in a boat and cover him with another boat, right? And they have his arms and feet out, and they force feed this motherfucker milk and honey, and then rub that shit all over his body, and then put him out on let him sail on the water, and then all the goddamn bugs and shit get to him, and it's some
Okay,
nasty
man,
work.
you
Yeah,
starting
man.
to drift, man. Starting to
Yeah,
drift.
yeah, I
Reel you
am.
Back in.
It's almost
Reel you
like
back in.
with Candyman, but without the
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, man. We drifting. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
Getting
floating
a little-
back this way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
getting a little diabolical over here on this
we
side.
got to, baby. We
Yeah,
got
we-
to.
We got it. Hopefully this dude will beat these charges and come
You
home.
got that, man.
You know, hopefully he
that.
come home, man.
back home to his family where his child need him.
Yep.
Man, you couldn't whistle at a white woman, but you can fuck their kids. Huh?
Oh, you
Hey,
better say it.
hey.
Let's
What'd you
move
say?
on, boys.
Yeah, move. That's why I said
Just-
go. Nothing. Nothing. Go.
Yeah.
Snatch down real quick.
Yeah.
Oh,